Have you tier 4'd Psylocke yet? Are you planning on it? Something that I think people might overlook, so I want to point this out. If you're going to be spending cash on this uniform to make Psylocke meta and ABL, over here you have this assistance, your tier 4 support. Psylocke is selectable here. So if you've not started her yet, I don't know if you're in the middle of working on one of these other characters, but I highly recommend getting the discount because this does take away a percentage, 25% off gear and materials, right? So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to Psylocke. I'm going to select. I just got her uniform today because, well, free 10 tokens, right? I don't have to spend all of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start upgrading her just to see how much it's going to cost. So now I've got a discount on all of this increase. So yay, it's cheaper. So we're going to go ahead and do the relay. I know some people say to do each group of relay at a time, and they say if you go over a certain number of retries, like 20 is pretty high, you want to reset it to try to reset the internal math of the algorithm so you don't hit stuff like over 20 consistently. I don't know if that's true, and quite frankly, I don't care. I'm just going to go through it all. Probably should have looked at the numbers. If you want to freeze the video and go back, you can see how much it's going to cost me out of my tier 4 materials, but didn't care enough to remember the number before I started clicking stuff because I'm too busy talking. So fun times. I think I was somewhere in the ballpark of just under 11,000 of each of the materials. As you can see, the souls are going down pretty quick. Souls of the Faltine. All right, so here's last gear here. I might end up having enough to tier 4 more than one character. I do like the discount things. I wish more characters were on the discounted list, but it is what it is. Okay, there's all the gear. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go over to advancement. I already have the book prepared and everything else. It looks like 1,125, 600, 750. So spend my 5 million gold, and there we go. We now have a tier 4 Psylocke on my account. So since I like to push Alliance Battle, having a character, so I didn't build Cable. Cable kind of takes cake for one day, Rogue for the other, but apparently Psylocke outscores Rogue and can score pretty much as Cable. So there we go, tier 4 Psylocke. Fun times. You can see how excited I am. Can you see I'm containing my excitement here? All right, I like to do type matches like whoever's the highest type match. So looks like Scarlet Witch, we get the max 7, so I'll go ahead and throw her in there just as a striker. I won't use her as a striker inside of ABL. ABL or ABX, I will swap it to who the meta is. I guess the meta for her is going to be Ghost Rider, but apparently she replaces Ghost Rider as the meta striker for other characters. I don't know how true that is, but that is what I hear. Why is it still highlighting my skill here? All right, the only other thing I need to do is I need to swap out her custom gear and go from an Extreme Obelisk to a CTP of Rage. This is where decisions get made, right? This is where you have to, I'm rank 822, just kind of curious there. This is where decisions get made. In order for me to save this, because this is nice, a mind with a 200 proc is not easy to come by. 600 crystals to me doesn't seem worth it at this point, especially with how much I have going on over here. I mean, I do like the mind thing, but how many mind characters do I have? I could give it to Ebony Maw, but Ebony Maw has a double mind 180 proc, so I'm probably just going to leave that there, and I'm probably just going to overwrite this with probably a Rage. I mean, I'm going to reforge the Rage. I don't have a lot of fodder material to try to reforge it with a chance up, and I don't think I want to necessarily leave a normal Rage on her, so I'm going to debate it because I might end up buying that hot deals thing in the shop, which is like $8. And basically what it allows you to do is it gives you like infinite unequips, so then I can kind of swap things around and maybe take some mighty Rages off some of my other characters, like take it off of Thor and give him either a reforged Judgment that's a mighty or even a brilliant as an example. But yeah, this over here, so I've got 6 days left to decide, but what this allows you to do is it gives you 100% discount when unequipping custom gear for 24 hours. This would also allow me to save that mind one if I really want to. So I might end up doing that and swapping and moving some stuff around. One thing, I'm glad they put that in the game, because the more you play this game and the more CTPs you get, I think I've got somewhere, actually I've got it written down. My CTP count right now is 82. I've got 82 CTPs scattered throughout all of my characters. And some of the characters, it just doesn't make sense to leave it on anymore. I don't know the last time that I necessarily used Mephisto, so maybe I want to take this Brilliant off and give it to someone like Thor, who I use all the time in World Boss Legendary. Then, like I said, I've got both Thor and Othin, which is not necessarily, they're not meta in ABX or ABL anymore, which is where I focus. Maybe I want to take this Mighty off of both those characters. So I've got a lot of CTPs that are just kind of sitting on characters that I'm not necessarily using. I could swap this out with a Judgment, for example, and keep Rages on some of my AB characters. So things to think about, food for thought. Thanks for watching. I'm in the tier 4 club for Psylocke now. So yeah, go team. And that puts me at, how many tier 4s do I have now? I have 23 tier 4s. So, and counting. So have a good one. Catch you in the next one.